Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. I'm here with Charlie outside the Etihad Stadium. Charlie, we've just lost 1-0 against Man City. What are your thoughts on what you've seen today, mate?
Same old, mate. Nothing I've not said at any point before this season. You know, you got the title celebrations in the background. That used to be us, mate. We used to be a fucking respectable football team. We used to lift Premier League titles. We used to lift the big trophies. You know, watching that, you know, the trophy lift, the celebrations and whatnot, the fans loving it. Like, that used to be us, and you miss that feeling, and it gets you when you see other people celebrating like that. And you also, the reality check that we're fucking miles behind these guys here. You know, we are so far behind them in terms of our infrastructure, in terms of our recruitment, in terms of our ability on the pitch. Like, we are so. If this is the standard, right? We are nowhere near that standard right now. And yes, you know, this is a one-off bad season, and we have been now. We can beat Man City, but no, we haven't scored, mate. We haven't scored against them.
Welcome to Chelsea Fan TV, the channel where all we do is take L's in the 22-23 season. But, Charlie, I mean, you talk about the standards. Will they change next season? Do you think it's going to be a completely different year?
Well, it can't be much worse, surely, mate. It can't be. It will be an improvement next year, but whether it's a case of us, you know, winning trophies next season, I don't think so. You know, we're not going to win a Premier League next season. We might, look, to be honest, we just got to take the domestic cups as seriously as possible. No excuses not to be putting strong teams out in that. We'll improve for sure. Top 6 minimum's got to be the end. There's 5 places for the Champions League now as well next season. But the problem is the Premier League's fucking strong now. It's not like it used to be where you could pick the top 4 every year. Arsenal might go again as much as we banter them. They could potentially. They're interested in Declan Rice, Caicedo. You know, they're linked with big players. If they have a good transfer window, mate, they could be here to stay around the top end of the table as well. United will go again. Spurs, I mean, are shit, but surely they won't be as shit next season. Liverpool will be back. Newcastle are in the mix now. Like, the top 4, top 5 is not as easy as it used to be. So there's no guarantees we'd even get back there next season. But I think we'll improve. There's no way we can't improve under Pochettino. You know, get the players fit. It'll set standards. And, you know, get rid of a lot of players that don't want to be here. The atmosphere should be better. There's a lot more time to work on the training pitch, playing once a week to get tactics, get chemistry between the players. So things should be better, hopefully, next season, mate, you know. And, you know, anything above 11th or 12th, where we're going to finish this season, will represent an improvement. And, you know, Chelsea fans, they want success. They want to win. But that's always the standard, and that will always be my demands. But we also have to realise that the problem is we're not in that position right now, and it could be another transition year next season, and then we might see the best of Pochettino's work in maybe a couple of seasons' time. We've got to accept that and come to the realisation that that's going to be probably what's going to happen. But, you know, in terms of today, like, Lampard talks about, Pochettino's going to be working. We've got 3 games to kind of, you know, you've got 3 games to impress the new manager sort of thing, and then plays fucking load of players that probably aren't even going to fucking be here next season in the team. Like, what's he doing today? I mean, look, let's be honest, you know, whatever team we put out today, we were probably going to lose. But at the same time, you know, you need to use these matches to prepare for next season. What are you doing? Like, we spent fuck knows how much money on wingers in Madueke, Mudryk and whatnot, and we deploy a system that both of them are on the fucking bench, and it doesn't utilise them at all. What is the point in that? And you know the tactics today, like, you come here, he's gone 3-5-2, he's packed the midfield. We're literally playing for a 0-0 or a goal from a set piece. We concede a goal after 10 or 11 minutes. That game plan is out the fucking window. Like, why are we coming to places like this when we've got nothing to play for, right? And we're just sitting back trying to stay in the game. Just fucking go for it.
I mean, to be fair, Sterling had a chance. He should have scored. They had a goal line clearance as well with City as well. So, I mean, in Lampard's defence, there's chances we really should have scored, where we didn't.
There's chances we should have scored, but how many times have we said that? We probably said that after every fucking game this season, chances we should have scored. Like, the system is what it is today. I thought it was a shit system. I thought the lineup wasn't good. You know, players that should be playing that weren't playing. Like Chukwuemeka, for example. We've stopped him from going to the Under-20 World Cup with England in the group stage to cover for Kante and Kovacic. Guy sits on the fucking bench for 80 minutes against the Man City B team, and he gets 10 minutes at the end. Tell me how that makes sense. We're signing these youngsters, right?
It almost seems disrespectful when you put it like that.
It's disrespectful, mate. It's completely disrespectful because we stopped him going to represent his country, right? Where he's going to play and he'd be a main part of the team. To come here, play 10 minutes, and in that 10 minutes, he actually looks half decent, in fairness to him. First minute since, I think, Man City at home back in January or February. He's played 27, he's played about 30 odd minutes since since January. Like, this is a guy that you've bought in, spent 20 million quid on. You know, Thomas Tuchel at the start of the season said he's going to be part of the first team squad. He's been fucking nowhere. Lampard had this reputation of being part of the, you know, bringing youth players through when he was first here. He's treated the youngsters with complete disrespect, mate. Chukwuemeka, all sorts. You know, it's not on from him. I expected better, but I'm not surprised either.
I mean, what more can we take from a performance like this, or a day like this in general?
Mate, sun's out, nice day. We saw some good footballers in light blue, not in our Chelsea blue. I don't know what, mate. Positives. It's all over next week. That's probably the only positive we've got this season. We created a few chances, but we missed them all like we always do. No. But other than that, mate, Lewis Hall was decent today. I thought, not bad. Loftus-Cheek looked quite decent in the middle of the park. A few good runs using his physicality. Other than that, mate, there was no one there. Fofana was sleeping for the goal. You know, defensively we weren't that great. Aspilicueta, look, legend, love him. His legs aren't there anymore. Cole Palmer was cooking him almost every single time in that first half, getting past him with ease. So not really any positives on the pitch apart from the fact we created a few opportunities and we only lost 1-0. But let's be honest, mate, City didn't even leave first gear. It was just a testimonial party match for them, mate. All those fucking inflatable beach balls, inflatable bananas, Poznaning, like, they were just taking the piss, mate. And we were just there because we had to be there. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think we can take anything from this, mate, other than that this Lampard experiment in the second spell, if you want to call it an experiment, whatever it is, it's probably been one of the worst things that happens to Chelsea in a long, long time. Just fucking shambles, mate. I know we didn't expect anything great, but you expected a bit of a response from the players, a bit of a lift around the club. It's been nothing, and I've said it, mate. You know, this is worse than what we saw under Graham Potter, but no one's going to say anything because it's Lampard and because he's protected by his legend status. And it's about time people started calling it out that Lampard is not a good manager. He's got no idea what he's doing. He's just pure vibes. The lineups he picks for games are just baffling. It's bordering on criminal, some of the decisions he makes, and then he just goes and says the same old PR shit in press conferences before and after games. Oh yeah, the guys have got to learn to want it. These lads are good lads, they want to win. Yeah, of course they want to fucking win. They're professional footballers, of course they want to win. Like, I'm sick of all this PR shit and all the saying the right stuff that he thinks we want to hear. I want to see some differences on the football pitch, and we are seeing no differences on the football pitch every single week. We're going to end up with 1 win in Lampard's spell from about 12 or 13 games. That's fucking pathetic. And, you know, he's protected by the legend tax, and I just don't know what we can say about it. You know, we're just standing out here, the tunes are banging in there, and they're celebrating a title, and we couldn't be further away from that. 6 years since we last won a Premier League title, mate. We finished more than 20 points off the top spot in each corresponding year. Fuck knows how many points it's going to be this year. Like, we're meant to be a serious outfit, and we are a million miles from the standard that is being set here. And we've got to try and get back to that. And it might be a long road, and we're just going to have to accept that. But, yeah, Lampard, 45 points. Lampard's going to have to, you know, we just have to accept Lampard wasn't good enough. He's not achieved anything since he's come back in. And, you know, these last 2 matches are going to be painful. We're fucking back in Manchester on Thursday night at Old Trafford. We've got a dreadful record against Man United in the league, so we'll probably lose that game as well. And then we finish at home to Newcastle, who are qualified for the Champions League. So it doesn't get any easier. It's over in a week. Lampard can go. Thank you for your service, and the serious work starts, and we've got to try and do something in the summer, get the recruitment right. That's really important, get the recruitment right. Yes, everyone bangs on about getting 10, 12 players out the door. We're not going to be able to get 12 players out the door in one go. It's going to be a steady process. It's going to take time, you know. And we're going to have to accept we might have to do some loan deals, we might have to get shit fees for players and whatnot just to get them off the books, get the wages off the books. And this is a massive job here that we've got on our hands. And look, we aren't as far away as perhaps I've made out in what I've been saying, but there's a lot of work to be done, and the strength of the Premier League, we're not just going to waltz our way back up to the upper echelons. It's going to be really tough for us, mate. And I'm optimistic about next season, but I'm still worried at the same time because of how far off we've been. You're like, the new manager coming in, yes, top manager in Pochettino, but how much is going to change that quickly with this kind of same group of players? I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's a painful day today, mate, like so many this season, but, you know, 2 to go now. And yeah, let's see what happens, mate. Tough one today, mate. I don't really know what else to add to that other than it's been a shambles like it has been all season, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. Always a pleasure.
Right.